Minimum wage negotiation between Labour leaders and TINUBU government inconclusive, and the meeting has been adjourned till next week. So the emergency meeting called by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to discuss issues surrounding the implementation of the new national minimum wage has ended without any conclusion with the organized labor. It was learnt that the meeting had been adjourned till next week as the leadership of the labor unions maintained that there was need to report back to their members. So here is the conversation we're having today. Yesterday, we took the story that NLC would be meeting with Mr. President, and we were wondering what exactly the outcome of the meeting would be. And we hope that it was not another form of media shows and media talk. So apparently, our guest was right. It is a form of media show because once again, the meeting has been adjourned. And I would like to hear your thoughts on this story. You know, part of my major concern is I even just like Mr. President, I have also not been taking NLC serious any longer because they had an opportunity and the opportunity was not properly utilized. And once again, here we are again in the presence of the Tinubu-led administration. They've adjourned the meeting again. So I want to hear your thoughts on the reason for the meeting in the first place, and also your thoughts on this meeting being adjourned until next week. What do you think Mr. President would say? How do you expect the NLC to react to this situation?
Well, you already stated it that NLC themselves have not taken themselves serious. So, and it is how you present yourself determines how you'll be taken, how serious you'll be taken. NLC, till now, I don't know what they are talking about. I don't know what they discuss, what they usually discuss in those meeting of theirs. But the truth is that I come across a story where the presidency said that 250,000 minimum wage is not going to be possible. In his word, he said is not realistic. Okay, so NLC, you see, people are no longer serious with them because they are not serious with themselves. So it's obvious that their meeting will keep on being adjourned until the end of this tenure, because there is no reason why they will be meeting upon meeting on something they really want to take action on. If the government, the Tinubu's administration really want to do something about the NLC demand, I'm sure it won't need all these meetings. There were not too much meeting before they signed the Samoa agreements. There was not too much meeting before they signed the approval of the new national anthem. There was no we see things that have been approved that has undergone approval from the presidency that never took long like this. So if this administration, if the president want to do something about the request of the NLC, and to me, I'm seeing that even the president do no longer see it as a problem, honestly, because if he sees it as a problem, you know how long this matter has been. So they would have done something about it. So it's no longer a problem. It's no longer an issue to him. So NLC can just keep on going for the meetings. They will serve them. Of course, I know they will always serve them snacks in those meetings and drinks, because the presidency does not seem already to do anything more than what he has already proposed.
Okay, I want to pick it up. Let's look at what some of the highlights of the meeting yesterday. Mr. President said that before they can arrive at a conclusion on the minimum wage, that they need to consider the structure. And he was saying, why should they consider minimum wage review every 5 years? Why not make it closer? And he's looking at the structure of reviewing the minimum wage, that things are difficult for the Nigerian worker, that there is need to review it. I want to hear your thoughts on that before we go into, do you think the minimum wage should be, if the minimum wage had been reviewed every 2 years, it would have been easy to adjust to the demand of the economy? Or do you think this 5 years duration is too long to adjust to the economy before thinking about reviewing the minimum wage?
to me, that statement is a system to further prolong this discussion of a minimum wage matter, because a structure that is under review in 5 years interval, they are finding it difficult to implement it. So what do you think will happen if it has to be reviewed within 2 years? Right? I just see that as a propaganda by the presidency, by this administration, to ensure that what the NLC are looking for, they will not be able to get it. So I don't think, let's be sincere to ourselves. If they are finding it difficult in 5 years interval, what make you think it will be easy for them in 2 years intervals? So let them do the needful and forget about that structure. The structure is not a problem.
All right. It's a part of the main thing that came into mind when I saw the meeting yesterday, is that we hope it is not another type of show off. And apparently they had the meeting, and all that, let's just say all that the NLC leader went there to do yesterday was to congratulate the Mr. President on local government autonomy, because no
It's
not
like someone that has been bought over.
So he's not talking about the other agendas that they were fighting for then. The only agenda that I'm seeing in this story is the minimum wage. And it is looking like it is all there is to this strike that they had was just for minimum wage. It was just, it is a question in the heart of many Nigerians. And also, like you have rightly said, this is just another level of propaganda. Because if an administration that today is 11th.
Yeah.
When June 12th, was it not June 12th when the president said he would only pay what he can afford? What he can afford, he has not thought about it since June 12th until July 11th. It is almost a day for it to complete 1 month already. And, he didn't say that, and you expect him to be talking about it. I mean, I think the Mr. President is just using them to count time and doing 1 month anniversary of talking about the minimum wage. So obviously, we should not be open for anything, even at the end of this adjournment. At the end of this adjournment that they're having by next week, we should not be open much, because they have concluded on their own, and
it's
their
possible he
conclusion
will
is
add
on
additional 2K for them.
The conclusion is even on 62,000 naira, because I'm not sure he's going to add anything to it. If he had wanted to add anything to it, he would have done that addition on the 12th of June. He would have made that announcement. Now, on the part of the Mr. President and NLC concluding about talking about the structure, like you have said, it is going to elongate the duration of having this conversation, because apparently they will have to come up with committees and calling this, calling that, people together, and apparently for every committee that is set up, they will be paid for that setting up. And at the end of the setting up, then they will conclude that, okay, let's be reviewing it for, let's say, the space of 3 years. And obviously the conclusion they are concluding on this minimum wage is still going to be on 62,000 naira. So let me hear your final thoughts on this story, and we move on.
NLC has lost their chance to be taken serious. Not under this administration again can NLC be taken serious, because they blew their chance. So, and to me, I'll be frank with you that NLC chairman does not really appear to be somebody who is truly representing the interests of the people. And because he is the only one majorly that attend some of this meeting, it becomes a problem. We can have people in NLC who are really interested in the welfareism of the people, but I think NLC chairman currently do not really have that interest of the people in mind. If in a meeting where he should be talking about the agendas that prompted the initial strike is no longer, if that is no longer being done, then or what essence is the meeting? All right, a person who is angry is now saying congratulating. All right, so if NLC really want to, there is a way they can regain their dignity if they do the needful. If they are really interested about the people's cry as people representing the people's interests, there is still something they can do. When they are serious, the masses will know that they are serious. So currently, with the way the thing is going on, we can see that NLC are no longer serious. And the people have lost hope and trust in them because they are no longer serious.
Exactly. So on this note, we'll be going on a quick break, and as soon as we get back, we'll dive into another conversation. Please stay tuned with us. We'll be right back.